You know that feeling, right? That almost automatic reaction when your ear feels a bit funny, maybe itchy.
Oh yeah, that urge to grab something and, well, poke around.
Exactly. It feels so normal. But what if I told you that instinct, that need to clean, is probably wrong most of the time? Maybe even harmful.
It's fascinating, isn't it? How something so common clashes directly with what doctors say.
Mhm.
It really highlights, how our own feelings can lead us down the wrong path, biologically speaking.
Totally. And that's exactly what we're jumping into today. We're going deep on earwax.
Yeah.
Earwax and how to clean, or maybe not clean, your ears.
And we've got some solid sources here. We're looking at insights from top otolaryngologists. Those are the ear, nose, and throat docs.
Right, we got Dr. Eric P. Voigt from NYU Grossman School of Medicine.
Dr. Lawrence R. Lustig over at Columbia University.
And Dr. Bradley B. Block, who actually hosts his own podcast, The Physician's Guide to Doctoring. So these guys know their stuff.
Absolutely. And our mission today, basically to help everyone understand what earwax is actually for. Why do we feel like we need to get rid of it all the time?
And crucially, the right ways and definitely the wrong ways to deal with it. So you can take care of your ears without messing things up.
Exactly. Empowering listeners, basically.
Okay, let's dive in. Earwax. Honestly, it sounds kind of gross, doesn't it?
Yeah, the perception isn't great. Like it's just waste product.
Right. Something you just want gone. But the experts, they see it totally differently.
Oh, completely. Dr. Voigt calls it a vital protective coating. Think of it like a natural shield for your ear canal.
A shield, okay. And one big job is waterproofing.
Yes, exactly. Which makes sense when you think about showers, swimming.
Yeah.
Keeps the delicate skin protected from water.
Waterproofing, got it. But it does more than just keep water out. I was surprised about the antimicrobial thing.
Yeah, that's key. It actually helps fight off germs, so it can prevent those annoying, sometimes painful outer ear infections. It's like a natural antibiotic, almost.
Wow, okay. And lubrication, too.
Keeps the ear canal from getting dry and itchy.
Oh.
So yeah, it's doing all waterproofing, fighting germs, keeping things comfortable. Definitely not just gunk.
So it's actually useful stuff. But if it's so good, why does it build up? And why that constant feeling like you need to clean it out?
Ah, well, that leads to one of the coolest parts. The ear cleans itself. It's designed for it.
Self-cleaning, how does that work?
Dr. Lustig used this great analogy. He called it a conveyor belt of skin.
A conveyor belt, like moving things out.
Exactly. The skin inside your ear canal slowly, constantly migrates from the eardrum outwards towards the opening.
Huh. Okay. And the wax?
Well, the wax itself, Dr. Lustig explains, is basically a mix of those shedding skin cells and some oily secretions from glands in the ear canal.
Right, skin and oil.
So as that skin conveyor belt moves outwards, it just naturally carries the wax along with it. Out it goes.
And didn't Dr. Block mention something about chewing and talking?
Yes. Good point. The simple movements of your jaw when you're eating or chatting actually help this process along. It gently shifts things in the canal, helping push the wax out.
So just living your life helps clean your ears.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Which really makes you wonder about interfering, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does. If the system works, why mess with it? Are we actually causing problems by trying to help?
That's exactly what Dr. Block suggests. He says interfering, like with a Q-tip, can push the wax back in, cause it to build up, and, clog the whole thing.
Wow. So the very act of cleaning can cause the blockage you're trying to prevent. That's ironic.
It really is counterintuitive.
Yeah.
So, for most people, the best advice seems to be leave your ears alone. Let them do their thing.
Okay. Hands off for most of us.
Ugh.
But the experts did say sometimes things go wrong, right? When should someone be worried?
True, it's not foolproof for everyone. Dr. Lustig mentioned some people have migration problems that conveyor belt isn't working quite right for them. Or they might just naturally produce a lot more wax than average.
Yeah.
Or maybe their wax is just like stickier or harder than usual.
And that can cause real issues for those folks.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
They can be more prone to blockages, which can sometimes lead to infections. And in those cases, yeah, they might need a doctor to step in and help clear it out safely.
So what are the warning signs? How would you know if you have a blockage from wax?
Good question. The experts point to a few things. A feeling of fullness is a big one, like you have an earplug stuck in there.
Okay. Yeah.
You might notice your hearing seems muffled or reduced, and sometimes a weird echoey sound when you talk. Your own voice sounding strange in your head.
Right. Those sound pretty noticeable and important. Dr. Lustig stressed seeing a doctor for a sudden hearing loss, even if you think it's just wax.
Yes, Critical point. Sudden hearing loss needs urgent attention because it can be something more serious, like uh, maybe viral damage to the inner ear or something else entirely. Don't just assume it's wax.
Definitely good advice. Get it checked out. Okay, so wax is good. Ears clean themselves usually. Know the warning signs. Now, the big one, Q-tips.
Ah, yes. The Q-tip dilemma.
It feels like they were made for ears, right? But our experts, not fans at all.
Not even slightly. The consensus is really strong. Don't stick Q-tips in your ear canal, period.
It's almost weird to hear that they're so common. I mean, remember that scene in Girls, Lena Dunham? That was memorable and probably not that far-fetched.
Unfortunately, no. And think about it, even the Q-tip box tells you not to insert them into the ear canal. That warning's there for a reason.
So what's the actual risk? Why are they so bad?
Well, Dr. Lustig pointed out that the cotton tip is often as wide or wider than your ear canal. So instead of scooping wax out,
We're just pushing it deeper.
exactly, like a little plunger, you can pack the wax further down, which can cause blockages, make hearing worse, and even trap bacteria leading to infections. He actually estimated maybe half the wax impassion cases he sees are related to Q-tip use.
Half. Wow. So that feeling of cleaning is totally misleading.
Pretty much. And it's not just about pushing wax. You can easily scratch the super delicate skin in there.
Ouch.
Yeah, causing bleeding. Or worse, like in that TV show example, you could actually puncture your eardrum. It's surprisingly easy to do.
Yikes. Okay. And Dr. Block mentioned another issue, like a cycle.
Right, the dryness cycle. If you constantly strip away that protective wax layer,
The skin gets dry and itchy.
obviously, which then makes you want to scratch it or clean it again with a Q-tip, making the problem worse. Vicious cycle.
Okay. Message received loud and clear. Q-tips inside the ear is bad idea. What about those U-candles? They seem kind of strange.
Yeah, strange and, according to the experts, ineffective and risky. Dr. Lustig was pretty blunt. Studies show they just don't work to remove wax.
They don't actually pull anything out.
Nope. Any wax you see on the candle afterwards is usually just melted candle wax itself and the bigger worry.
Burns. Sticking a lit candle in your ear seems unwise.
Exactly. Risk of burns to the ear, face, hair. It's just not worth it for something that doesn't even work. It seems to pop up every few years, but the science isn't there.
Okay, so Q-tips are out, candles are out. What can we do safely if we feel we really need to clean our ears?
The main advice is focus only on the outside. Clean the parts you could easily see and reach without going into the canal.
So like the outer bowl of the ear, and maybe any wax that's already worked its way out.
Exactly. Dr. Lustig had a simple suggestion. Take a damp washcloth, wrap it around your index finger, and just gently wipe the outer ear and the very entrance of the canal.
Just your finger covered with a cloth?
Yep, gentle and safe.
Yeah.
And both Dr. Block and Dr. Voigt basically said your normal shower routine is probably enough.
Just washing your hair and letting water run over?
Maybe use a soapy finger or the washcloth on the outer bits while you're in there. That's generally all you need. The ear handles the internal stuff.
That sounds much less complicated and safer. But what about those drops you can buy, like D-Brox?
Yeah, the over-the-counter wax, softening drops. The experts acknowledge they can be helpful sometimes. D-Brox uses carbamide peroxide to help dissolve wax.
Okay. And hydrogen peroxide.
Dr. Lustig mentioned that too. Maybe diluted can soften up really hard, stubborn wax.
But there are warnings, right? You can't just pour them in.
Absolutely crucial warning. Do not use these drops if you have any reason to suspect you might have a hole or perforation in your eardrum.
How would you know?
Well, if you've had tubes, recent ear surgery, or a bad infection, or if you have ear pain or drainage, you should definitely see a doctor first. Putting liquid in with a hole can cause infection or hearing issues.
Good to know. Very important safety tip. And if it is safe to use them, how do you do it right?
Usually, you lie on your side, put the recommended number of drops in, stay there for like 5-10 minutes to let it work.
Let it soak in.
Right. Then sit up, tilt your head the other way, let it drain onto a tissue. Sometimes gentle flushing with lukewarm water afterwards, maybe in the shower, can help.
Yeah.
But gentle is the key word.
Still sounds like something to be careful with. Maybe just seeing a professional is easier if you have real buildup.
Honestly, if you're having symptoms like fullness or hearing loss, or if you know you tend to get blockages, that's probably the smartest move. Let a doctor or nurse handle it.
And they have the right tools for the job, I assume?
Oh, yeah. They have things like tiny little alligator forceps to carefully pull wax out, or gentle suction devices.
Sounds precise.
It is. They can also do irrigation flushing with water, but they know how to aim the stream correctly, away from the eardrum, to avoid causing damage. Something you really can't replicate safely at home.
Makes sense. And wasn't there a point about how sensitive the ear canal is?
Yes, Dr. Lustig emphasized that. Lots of nerve endings, very sensitive skin.
Hmm.
Poking around yourself, even if you think you're being gentle, can easily cause pain or injury. Best left to the pros if you need more than just an outer wipe down.
Okay, that's a lot of great info. So let's boil it down. What are the absolute must-remember points from all this?
Number 1, earwax isn't the enemy. It's protective. Number 2, your ears are pretty amazing at cleaning themselves, usually. Let them work.
Right. Don't interfere unnecessarily.
Exactly. Number 3, resist the urge to stick anything in your ear canal, especially Q-tips or candles. Big no-no. Can cause impaction, infection, injury.
And finally,
If you do have problems, fullness, hearing loss, that echoey voice, or, you produce a ton of wax, see a doctor. They can sort it out safely.
excellent summary. Really clear, practical advice. Definitely makes you think twice before grabbing that Q-tip.
Hopefully.
And maybe, a final thought to chew on. We've just talked about this amazing self-cleaning system in our ears that we often mess up trying to be clean. It makes you wonder, what other things do we do? What other common hygiene habits might actually be disrupting some natural, beneficial process our bodies have figured out? Are we maybe too clean sometimes in ways we don't realize? Something to think about.